do in the humbling process is a season where you fight on your knees. That's why I never want you to get farmers. And that's what I wanted to say. This whole thing was just about that. You're in one job, you can't take it, then you pray and you fast. You don't walk off your job to a full. That is what God wanted from Peter. You pray and you fast. So instead, Peter went through a whole season on the run as a fugitive. If they asked him if he knows Jesus, he said, I don't know the man. They were trying to kill him. He was a disciple who chopped off somebody's hair, was trying to chop off the man's head. Wanted for murder. It was a humbling process. So what am I trying to say to you, Bahamas? Let me wrap this one up. I've never seen anyone be honored or put in a place of honor without first going through that season of humility. And humility is not you saying, but I'm a nice person and they overlooking me and I'm under. No, that's not what humility is. That's the season where you fight on your knees through prayer and fasting. So God, I pray that you may bless us. God is to protect us. Please help us to love our neighbors as ourselves and to fight on our knees to Heavenly Father. Because only what we say to Christ, only what we do for Christ will last. And that's prayer and that's fasting. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
The views expressed on this program are not the views of ZNS TV 13, and by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, a lightning strike plunges thousands across New Providence into darkness after an explosion at BPL's Blue Hills Power Station. Plus, Bamboo Town Urban Renewal and the Rotary Club of South Ocean team up to spread hope to families. And in sports, Team Bahamas faces its biggest test yet. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. Lots to get to tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Desmond Saunders, and welcome to the broadcast. A lightning strike at BPL's Blue Hills Power Plant left thousands of customers across New Providence in the dark Sunday morning. BPL says a strike triggered an explosion at the station, disrupting the island's power grid and causing widespread outages. Director of Energy Supply at BPL, Jeffrey Davis, explains what happened.
10:06 a.m. this morning, amidst reports of severe lightning activity in the area, there was a system disturbance that impacted all generation at Blue Hills Power Station and some of our generation at the Clifton Pier Power Station, with accompanying reports of explosion at 33 kV substation B at Blue Hills Power Station. After the area was declared safe, a team inspected and discovered a severe fault on Ernest Street South circuit at substation B at Blue Hills Power Station, and then immediately began efforts to restore supply.
Well, BPL says it apologizes to its customers for the inconvenience caused and thanks them for their patience as crews work to safely restore electricity. Customers are also urged to monitor BPL's WhatsApp and social media pages for updates. While unable to say when electricity would be fully restored, Davis assures teams are hard at work.
Due to ongoing upgrades on our main interconnector, we were unable to immediately supply auxiliaries at Blue Hills Power Station to begin the restoration process, but the team was able to successfully backfeed through an alternative circuit, and we are now in the process of restoring the assets at Blue Hills Power Station. So we hope to have the system restored as soon as possible, and we'll update as necessary.
The nation's Chief Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, is among regional leaders attending the 51st regular meeting of the Caribbean Community and Caribbean Common Market, or CARICOM conference in St. Lucia over the next few days. A high-level meeting officially opened today at the Sandals Resort on that island. The ceremony featured remarks by the CARICOM chairman and Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre, outgoing CARICOM chairman, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, and CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett. Following the opening ceremony, heads of state and regional delegations will participate in closed business sessions focusing on regional partnerships and strategic cooperation. The heads of government meeting comes to an end on July 8th. Well, more than 2,000 public school teachers will take part in a series of professional development workshops over the next several weeks. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Chester Cooper, says the training will focus on curriculum enhancement, digital literacy, artificial intelligence, modern assessment methods, and student-centered learning. He says the initiative builds on the government's partnership with the Caribbean Development Bank to strengthen teacher training across the public education system.
Already throughout classrooms across the country, teachers have engaged vigorously in terms of improving numeracy and literacy. We have embarked upon financial education, entrepreneurship, technology, and more science in the curriculum. We anticipate that this is going to continue. All of these new features in the curriculum require training and upskilling. We have a lot of great educators already in the system, and we're going to continue to support them to carry out the mandate.
4 people are in police custody after officers recovered ammunition during a search of a home in Baileytown, Bimini, Saturday night. 3 men, ages 18, 22, and 42, along with a 63-year-old woman, were arrested after police executed a search warrant and discovered a quantity of ammunition inside the residence. Investigations continue. Well, there's more after this.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? You haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
The tastiest thing about soccer is sharing it with the whole team, just like the new Ready for Soccer. A delicious lineup of 16 slices and 4 flavor sections. Perfect for sharing from start to finish, even beyond the 90 minutes. Get your team together and dig in, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Suicide prevention starts with recognizing the warning signs and taking them seriously. If you think a friend or family member is suicidal, there is a lot that you can do to help and save a life. However, for persons who are not in the grips of suicidal depression and despair, it's a bit difficult to understand what actually drives many individuals to take their own lives. A suicidal person may feel as if there is no help available and they're in so much pain that there aren't any other options. So here are a few warning signs to look out for. A person frequently talking about suicide, self-loathing or self-hatred, suddenly getting their affairs in order, saying goodbye to loved ones, withdrawing from others, and self-destructive behavior. Talking to a friend or family member about their suicidal thoughts and feelings can be extremely difficult for anyone. If you are unsure whether or not someone is suicidal, the best way to find out is to simply ask. Giving a suicidal person the opportunity to express their feelings can provide relief from loneliness, pent-up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, "I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today." If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Galena Insurance Company spent the day celebrating the people at the center of its business, its customers. The company hosted its annual Customer Appreciation Day, giving clients an opportunity to enjoy giveaways, interact with staff, and be recognized for their continued support. Deandra Lewis, Vice President of Life, Operations, and Sales, says the event is a company's way of expressing gratitude to its loyal customers.
So today we are giving back to our customers. We are telling them we appreciate them, we love them, and we just wanted to use this as an opportunity to give back. This is not the first year Galena has hosted a Customer Appreciation Day. We usually do it in December during the week, but you know, a lot of people are at work. They don't have the opportunity to take time off to come into the office. So last year we moved it to a Saturday to make it more accessible to more of our customers.
Lewis says the Appreciation Day reflects Galena's commitment to putting its customers first and strengthening relationships beyond providing insurance coverage.
So today we are giving back to our customers. We are telling them we appreciate them, we love them, and we just wanted to use this as an opportunity to give back. This is not the first year Galena has hosted a Customer Appreciation Day. We usually do it in December during the week, but you know, a lot of people are at work. They don't have the opportunity to take time off to come into the office. So last year we moved it to a Saturday to make it more accessible to more of our customers.
The Bamboo Town Urban Renewal Center partnering with the Rotary Club of South Ocean this weekend to provide free hot meals and free clothing to residents in the area. Assistant Superintendent of Police Bridget Strapp says the outreach is part of ongoing efforts to build a stronger community by combating poverty, reducing crime, and addressing social issues.
We have seen hundreds of persons, like over 60 plus persons already came through for breakfast, and also additional persons are coming now to get free breakfast and clothes that is available to the public. Rotary Club of South Ocean, they are also on ground helping us, serving, and also serving the community at large.
Well, what a good way to give back. President of the Rotary Club of South Ocean, Andia Delancey, says partnering with Urban Renewal allows the club to amplify its impact.
We understand the importance of just coming together to serve our communities, and it is definitely a pleasure to be able to just have this partnership. From the onset today, with seeing the multiple persons coming out here, we know that there's a need in the community, and we're just happy to serve. So the new Rotary year has just started, and so we've partnered with several organizations over the year, and so we expect that through these partnerships, we'll even be able to have a greater impact.
While millions of Americans marked Independence Day back home, thousands of visitors celebrated the 4th of July under Bahamian skies. From spectacular fireworks to sun-soaked beaches, island hospitality, and local flavors, tourists say spending America's birthday in the Bahamas made for an unforgettable holiday. Many say the warm welcome, vibrant atmosphere, and holiday celebrations made this year's Independence Day one to remember.
We're going to have a great time at Senor Frogs. We're going to block out over there. We're going to drink a lot of beer, have a good time with the friends.
It's pretty nice. We're just enjoying the day, looking at the ocean, just taking drinks, yeah.
There's a lot of things to do. And we coming out from Florida at the cruise. And we have a celebration of the cruise line. We're going to have really fun.
It's nice out here. We love it here. Yes, it's very nice. The people are nice. Happy 4th of July. Hey, everybody at home.
Well, it's certainly better in the Bahamas. What can I say? Sports is up next. Stay close.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Bahamas, come celebrate at the Family Fun Day, July 10th at Clifford Park. It's a great afternoon of food, fun, culture, entertainment, national pride. Gates open at 4 p.m., concert time 6 p.m. 5th Independence Family Fun Day at Clifford Park. Bring the whole family. Admissions free. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
I'm proud to be a Bahamian. Oh, I'm proud to be a Bahamian.
First safety rule I remember is to never swim alone. Second rule, tell someone where you're going and what time you're expected to be back. Safety rule number 3, whenever you're on a boat or canoe, always carry a life jacket, when you're a weak swimmer or a strong swimmer. Safety rule number 4, don't dive into unknown waters. Safety rule number 5, parents, don't be on your cell phone when you're at the beach, pool, and with your child.
Bahamas. Hurricane season is here. Are you ready? The 2026 Atlantic hurricane season officially runs from June 1st through November 30th. 6 months of staying alert and prepared. Storms are named to help meteorologists, emergency officials, and the public communicate clearly and quickly during dangerous weather events. Hurricanes are also measured using the Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale, which ranks storms from categories 1 through 5 based on wind speed and potential damage. And did you know, when a hurricane becomes especially deadly or destructive, its name is permanently retired out of respect for the lives and communities affected. Now is the time to prepare your emergency kit with a portable AM/FM radio. Review your family plans and stay connected to trusted weather information. Preparation today can save lives tomorrow. These are the names of the storms for the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. Arthur, Bertha, Cristobal, Dolly, Edward, Faye, Gonzalo, Hannah, Isaias, Josephine, Kyle, Leah, Marco, Nana, Omar, Paulette, Renee, Sally, Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
Good afternoon. Welcome to your Sunday Sports Edition. I'm Wayne Wilson, and come Monday night, Team Bahamas will face off against Puerto Rico in the FIBA World Cup qualifier right here at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Unlike Friday night's game against Team Jamaica, Team Puerto Rico will be no cakewalk. But nonetheless, Team Bahamas is excited about the outcome.
We got to go in and just play hard. We know they're a really good team. We know they beat us in our last window, so we got to do our best to come out with a victory.
Just focus on tomorrow, take it one day at a time, my recovery, my sleep, eating right, and making sure I'm ready to go, and focus on my short roll passes and making good decisions out of the pocket. And yeah, just dunking on everybody and grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, and playing hard, being the one that I am. So yeah.
And we need the fans to be on Monday too. Puerto Rico is tough. They've made their mark around the world, but we just need to have the fans, we need to have the fans back. We love the energy. We need 5 times that come Monday, and hopefully we can pull out a great win.
We feel like it's a must-win situation for us, but we just got to continue to play basketball the right way, move the ball, make sure everybody's touching the ball, and then we got to play defense, because defense wins games.
Yeah, we're just going to get the win. We're not going to go in trying to win by 6, win by 50, win by 20. They said we had to win this game by a certain amount, and we just play basketball, So when you share the ball and you don't care who gets the credit, you're going to have a lot of success. Our guys did that.
Bahamas basketball is on the rise, and we ask that you continue to rise with us. We ask those of you from corporate Bahamas who may have individuals come out and support us. This product is not cheap, and so we're looking forward to get partners that we can continue to build the program and take it to the heights that we really want it to go to.
In this season of independence, Bahamians are proud of the team and love its direction so far.
I'm surprised, but it's good that the Northern Bahamians look at these things like this, because it's good for us, especially young people. It's good for them, you know what I mean? So they can learn something from this,
I want you guys to continue to support Team Bahamas, and not just our men. I want you to support our women as well. We have some amazing players on our women's team. I want to see the same support extended to them because they sacrifice just as much as the men. And it's not a lot of funds and support being thrown behind them, and I want to see that so that they can make the same difference that these men do each and every time they step on the court.
But we also can't forget about our guys on the gridiron, focusing on the linemen, or should I say, the trench mafia.
Everybody wants to be this fast expert on day one. It's not possible. You've never done this before. If you've done this 50,000 times, you're good to go. But right now, you guys are trying to advance too fast. Slow down.
This is our first inaugural global tour to the Bahamas. We expect to be here year after year after year. As you see, the fundamentals are not there. But if we get the training, get them in class, teach them on an ongoing basis, believe me, you all have some true specimen here, some jams in the rough. But it's going to take time. Everything takes time, just like when we learn to walk. We didn't just come out of the womb walking. It started off crawling. It takes time, build up those muscles. But for the big boys, when it comes to 7-on-7, that's not realistic. In a real game of football, is linemen in front of them. There's no quarterback that looks good without a line. There's no running back that looks good without a line. No wide receivers that look good without a line. And flip it over. Defensive line, they have to get to the quarterback. And if they're not getting to the quarterback's got all day. The special team guys, linebackers, DBs, takes forever. So to teach this game, it's all about process. It's all about learning. As you see today, we went through some basic fundamentals. And as we progress, you'll see the learning battle of 5-on-5, not 7-on-7.
But that wraps up your Sunday Sports Edition. Team Bahamas looks forward to you fine ladies and gentlemen support. Come tomorrow night right here at the Kendall Isaacs Gym at 7 p.m. I'm Wayne Wilson, ZNS Total Sports.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports in 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
Under the theme, celebrating our heritage, shaping our tomorrow, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas celebrates 53 years as a sovereign nation. Join the ZNS Network for live coverage of the 53rd anniversary of independence with an ecumenical service, cultural show, military parade, flag-raising ceremony, and fireworks display. Stay with us for live coverage July 9th, beginning at 7:30 p.m. on the ZNS Network.
Hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver, which is the organ responsible for filtering toxins from the body, producing bile for digestion, and producing proteins and clotting factors. The most important cause of hepatitis worldwide is viruses, of which there are 5 main types: A, B, C, D, and E. Hepatitis B and C are major health challenges globally, affecting over 300 million persons worldwide. The suspicion of hepatitis may be a challenge, as there are typically no symptoms. However, if infected, non-specific symptoms may include decreased appetite, nausea, vague abdominal discomfort, jaundice or yellow eyes, and abnormal liver function tests. If not treated, hepatitis of any type can lead to cirrhosis and liver cancer, which leads to over 1 million deaths worldwide. If you suspect you may have been exposed to the virus that causes hepatitis, talk to your doctor today and get tested.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority in conjunction with the Medical Association of the Bahamas and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Coming up for a check on tonight's weather forecast, Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. We have quite a bit of the wet stuff in the northwest Bahamas, and that's courtesy of a tropical wave, which is moving towards the west, and that will spread some showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas tonight, but gradually clearing out as that wave moves into the Gulf of Mexico later on tomorrow. And outside of our studios, we have partly cloudy skies after the showers, hot temperature just around 88 degrees, relative humidity at 69%. We have easterly winds at 3 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,018.3 millibars, that is 30.07 inches. And your temperatures around the islands, Marshall Babico at 84, Green Tool Key 83, another 84 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands at 87, Allenstown, Bimini 84 degrees, 86 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera at 88, Otterstown, Kid Island reporting 83 in Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space, St. Andrews. They have a temperature there of 85 degrees. Now, Fresh Creek, a little warmer at 88 degrees, 91 in Georgetown, Exuma, Rumkey, and San Salvador at 83 degrees, picking up some more 90s in Betsy Bay, McWater, and Acklands, Ragged Island at 91, Crooked Island, and Clarence Island, 91 as well. 86 degrees in Matthew Town, Niagara, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 90 degrees. The boating forecast tonight through tomorrow in the northwestern islands, we're going to have that southeast to south flow at 10 to 15 knots, but they will be falling light and variable at times with relatively flat seas 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Now, the high tide, that will occur at 24 minutes past midnight with your low tide at 6:51 tomorrow morning. Now, for the central and southeastern islands, we also have a southeast component, but the winds are just a tad stronger at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 5 feet. So we put a caution flag in place for you boaters in the central Bahamas tonight and tomorrow. Now, for the southeast Bahamas, the winds are even stronger out of the southeast at 15 to 20 knots. The wave heights very choppy at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. So once again, small craft remain in place for the southeast Bahamas through tomorrow. And our satellite picture, well, that's showing quite a bit of clouds with some embedded thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas, again associated with that tropical wave, which is advancing towards the west. Elsewhere, high pressure will remain in control of our weather, particularly around the central and southeastern parts of the country over the next couple of days. Tonight, we're looking at mainly clear and warm with a low temperature of 80 degrees. And tomorrow, it's going to be a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine. A couple of showers still looking around, but they would be of an isolated nature with your high temperature getting up to 88 degrees. Your extended weather forecast, some residual showers like we told you already on Monday, but things will be clearing up in the afternoon. And as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, lots of sunshine, but we will have some of that Sahara dust, which will create some hazy conditions during the middle part of the week before we have showers return once again on Thursday. The weekend now looking pretty nice, but those temperatures, we're going to get up in the mid-90s as we head into the weekend. And when you factor in the relative humidity, those heat indices, they're going to be in the 103 to 106 degree range. Desmond.
Wow, just stay cool. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Have a good night and a safe week.
At the 66 Steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
Well, Hurricane Dorian truly transformed the way the Bahamas prepares and responds to a natural disaster.
Hurricane Matthew tore through this part of the Caribbean last night. The wind and storm surge was so powerful, boats were smashed onto the shore. Hello? Anybody here?
Over the years, storms ravages our islands, basically taking away everything. When you think of the Bahamas, you think about the sun, the sand, and the sea. Every year, we watch the tropics. Every year, we hope the next storm changes direction. But living in the Bahamas means understanding one reality. It's not a matter of if, it's when. We've seen homes destroyed, families displaced, and entire islands changed overnight. Tonight, we look back at the storms that shaped us, the warnings many ignored, and what every Bahamian needs to know before hurricane season begins. This is Before the Storm.
Man, y'all hang in there, keep your head high. Let me know how you're doing anytime you can. Everybody down here is worried about you. All your friends here.
Yeah, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. We can keep in touch. Been starting to pick up now, so about to get hunkered down here and try and stay out of this.
Hang in there, my friend. We're all still thinking about you.
Hey, Don. We about to get into the eye here in a little bit. So, clean up a little rough patch here for the next hour.
And man, just give me a thumbs up if you're okay. That's all I need.
There's nothing that I can say as of this point that can actually explain how devastating this island is compared to where this island was first before Dorian hit. I lost all 3 of my children and my husband. And I was missing for about 3 days. I was stuck between 2 lampposts. I remember this quite clearly. And both of them, they're squishing my pelvis. It's just squishing. So right then and there, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna allow these 2 poles to sink me? Are these 2 poles, that is a thing, are they gonna sink me, or I'm gonna take control of the situation? So right then and there, it was about what my husband had taught me and what I know that I can do. I needed to survive, and that's what I did. You know, failing was not an option for me. So I slept out here for a while. I slept out here for at least about 2 days. Well, a day here and then the rest was in the water. And then I found my way out. My husband taught me how to navigate. And I was able to find my way out, but I wasn't as close here. I was more further this way. So when I came out, I was able to get my bearings on, where I was at.
We are standing in the downtown area, and as the winds continue to pick up, we really don't advise anyone to be out in this types of weather. Approaching this area, we can tell you that there were some Royal Bahamas Defense Force officers who have recently said that they just rescued some persons out of the back of town area. And so persons are sending WhatsApp messages, and they're getting the information that needs to be out. And I want to tell you that the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, along with NEMA officials, are on the road and risking their lives to get these people into safety. Right now, you can tell that the water is actually rising. The water level is actually rising in the downtown area. There's a lot of debris that's flying around. Trees are swaying back and forth, and it really, really isn't safe to be out in these streets. So for persons that feel like they can rescue persons, leave it to the professionals. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force, along with NEMA officials, are on the road. They're getting the messages.
Residents of Abaco are now in recovery mode. They must find ways to cope with tragic loss, and unfortunately, that loss includes the loss of life. Our ZNS News team traversed the streets of Abaco for 6.5 days. One resident stood out for his continuous efforts to help his fellow brother in need. Shannon Moxie even offered our news team assistance as we braved the winds and rain of Hurricane Dorian.
You all know, you all see me on the road. I've been in this from day one, rescuing people. You understand me? I've been there 3 times. The wind was over 250, lift my truck up off the road. You understand me? Things I see I never supposed to see. Now we in trouble. Abaco is over. We can't do, the power plant is gone. There's no food stores, there's no water. Nothing.
For many Bahamians, Hurricane Dorian is remembered not by wind, speeds, or storm categories, but by the lives it changed forever. Stories like hers serve as a painful reminder of the human cost of these powerful systems. Families were separated, homes were destroyed, communities were forever altered. But as hurricanes continue to leave deeper scars across our islands, scientists and meteorologists are asking an important question. Are these storms becoming stronger? What conditions allow a hurricane to grow a tropical disturbance into a devastating force of nature? And why are recent storms producing stronger winds, heavier rainfall, and greater destruction than ever before?
The main ingredient for hurricane formation is, of course, the sea surface temperatures, the warm waters. On average, our waters in the Bahamas is roughly between 74 to 78 degrees. And for hurricane to actually eat off of that or feed off of that is the ideal conditions. For a system to explode from that, temperatures usually are about 10 to 15 degrees warmer. And that's what we've been having for the past several years. The temperatures of the sea surface temperatures have in the Atlantic Basin are in the range of 85 to probably 86, 87, 88 degrees. The early part of the hurricane season starts to form from the African coast. It starts off as a thunderstorm in Africa. Then when that system moves off into the Atlantic Ocean, it comes across as a tropical wave. And then if the conditions are right, if the temperatures, sea surface temperatures or the warm water in the Atlantic is right, the system will start to develop from there.
When a major hurricane strikes, one of the first things many families lose is electricity. And while no utility can stop a storm, careful planning before landfall can make all the difference in how quickly communities recover. We spoke with Grand Bahama Power Company about the work happening behind the scenes before hurricane season arrives.
Grand Bahama Power Company is ensuring its inventory levels are stocked in the event a storm makes landfall. We're also ensuring our employees are aware of their roles and responsibilities in the event a storm makes landfall. Homes and families should ensure that they are prepared for an outage that may last longer than 1 to 2 hours or 1 to 2 days. They should ensure that they have batteries, radios, and ensure that they inspect all of their electrical infrastructure. Ensure there's surge protection. If there's any wires that are exposed, they want to ensure that they secure these wires. And even going as far to have an electrician inspect their home to ensure that all of their electrical hazards are identified and secured. Customers should also ensure that if there is vegetation around the home, within the power lines, they contact us to support with tree trimming around those wires and conductors to ensure that they don't experience an outage because of vegetation getting into those lines. Hello? What time is the flight?
No one asked us to go. Hello? Into the storm. Into the chaos. To witness devastation. No one asked us to go.
Are you ready?
Because it's the story that drives us forward. That brings truth to light. That connects us all. This is why we go.
Breaking news out of Grand Bahama. Our Raven Davis has been covering this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Yes, Shamiko, I had a chance to speak to many of the residents, and many of them are concerned about...
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
For the first time, Taharshi Smith made the decision to stay right here in Lady Lakes and ride out the storm. Well, she says it wasn't even a few hours before hurricane...
Which was the usual preparation for a storm. You know, cooking, getting everything together, made sure I had a generator. I had my flashlights, my battery, everything, all of the preparations. The neighbor agreed that they were staying, and then the neighbor across from us right behind us also said that they were going to stay, and so it felt safe. Night became normal. I dropped asleep. I woke up roughly after, I want to say it was almost midnight. And when I stepped out of the bed, there was water coming in from the back door. And I remember calling my mom, and she's like, oh, maybe because of, you know, how the wind was, it was raining and spray, and I had already lost power.
blankets, I packed it with towels. And I just started looking and maneuvering and watching, and what became just sprays in started coming and coming and coming. And then I remember checking the front door, and the front door appeared fine, so I figured it was just relative to the back door. In a matter of seconds, I went back to the front door, and when I looked against the wall that separated my unit from the other unit, water was coming in from underneath the baseboard, which seemed unreal. And then it started coming in through the front. And when I dashed back to the bedroom, it was at my knee. And I remember making a call to my daughter's father.
We can't get out. Our doors are jammed from the water. The canal came over on both sides. We can't even see the wall. My fridge collapsed. We can't get out. We can't even get out our windows.
Water started coming, the generator, everything started just moving. The noise was ferocious, where things was just collapsing as the water took it in a matter of seconds. And then I heard this banging to the ceiling, and it was my neighbor. She said, hey, you wake, water coming in. I see I on the counter. She's like, oh, our side, heavy. We're gonna try to get to your side. And they came over to my side. I opened up the front window, and they came through my side because they couldn't get through the front door. And so the door floated out to us, and we tackled. We were all able to stand up on the door, the three of us, and tackle on the fascia all the way around to the garage. And at the tip of the garage, I slipped and plunged into the water. And it took me forever in my mind, because I was in distress, to hit bottom. And I can't swim, so I literally was swallowing all that gas and debris going down. And I remember when I paddled back up, my eyes was rolling over. And Toya said, this ain't no time for you to give up. You have a daughter. But it was when I looked up to try to place my feet on the top branch to get elevation, because I'm only 4'11" in height. The tree was engulfed. The pine tree, every conceivable pine had a snake on it. The tree was covered with snakes. I remembered screaming and letting go. And when I looked, my legs were dangling, and the water started to overtake me because I was no longer holding onto the tree. And I hold on to the tree again. And I kept watching the wave hit a branch that was going to give me leverage to get up into the bell course. And I had to break a branch to hit the snake to move off of the branch that I was on, that I needed to get on. It was a stronger branch. I think one of the things that break me after the fact, where I knew that God was real, was when I came back with ZNS and look at the opening. And that opening was no way in the natural I could have fit through that.
For many survivors, Hurricane Dorian did not simply pass. It became a dividing line between the life they once knew and the life they were forced to rebuild. Long after the winds grew quiet and the floodwaters began to recede, the memories remained. The sound of homes breaking apart, the desperate fight to survive, and the impossible choices made in those darkest hours still echo years later. For Taharji Smith, survival was measured one breath at a time. Every wave she overcame became another reminder that life itself is fragile, precious, and never guaranteed. Her story is just one of thousands. Thousands of Bahamians who faced unimaginable fear, unimaginable loss, and somehow found the strength to keep going. While families fought to stay alive, another battle was unfolding. As entire communities became isolated and communication disappeared, brave men and women put themselves directly in harm's way. They launched rescue missions into devastated neighborhoods, searched flooded communities for survivors, delivered critical supplies, and became a lifeline for those with nowhere else to turn. When disasters strike, courage doesn't always come from surviving the storm. Sometimes it comes from running toward it.
Royal Bahamas Defense Force, of course, plays a critical role in the National Disaster Response Framework, management framework. We are the primary responders. We are structured in such a way that we are multifaceted and multi-complex because of the nature of our roles. Once the hurricane is known and that response goes, or that alert goes out, we deploy our advanced teams, not only our advanced teams, our impact teams, and they are deployed into the disaster zone and they ride out the storm. All right, and so those persons are used for critical infrastructural security. All right, they work alongside island administrators, they work alongside other government agencies to ensure that those key aspects are secured, and also alongside the RBDF in terms of whatever assistance they may need from us. Our Marines and officers, they put themselves constantly in harm's way. Okay, and so they're trained to do this. All right, they're trained to be selfless. They're trained to understand the importance and the criticality of sacrifice. Okay, so when everybody else is battened down, they are on the road rescuing people. Our men and women who are deployed out to sea, they're on the high seas, and we might engage in hurricane avoidance, right? And we have to run from the storm. But nonetheless, once the storm is past, these men and women, they are alongside the disaster zone, and they are deploying persons to assist as first responders, rescuing people. All right? We would have had persons right here in Grand Bahama. All right? They were using buses and trucks to do just that. 4 feet of water, 5 feet of water. I have a young man here in Petty Officer Jones. He was leading the teams back then when Dorian was here. And they had to go through 4 feet, 5 feet of water. They had to turn around. They lost the first 2 vehicles. They had to go back and get a tractor to assist. And so, no care for their own. They put themselves in harm's way to do just that. I was then deployed to Abaco. And when I got on the island of Abaco, the first thing that hit me was the stench of death. I've never experienced that in my life. The next thing that hit me, I looked at the landscape and how it was catastrophic damage. I have never seen anything like that in my life. I saw vessels, ships that was on the dock, I talk in a mile, 2 miles on the land. Churches, businesses, everything just devastated. The trees, I saw 3 feet thick tree, twisted and then bent. I had to have been tornadoes. And so I did not recognize Abaco. All right? And so for me, I realize how powerful Mother Nature is and how frail we are, how frail our homes, our cars, so much things that we hold in so much value means nothing. Biggest thing was life. But to see the dead, and we had to move bodies, right? For me, was the biggest thing. It changed my life.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Hello. What time is the flight?
No one asked us to go. Hello? Into the storm. Into the chaos. To witness devastation. No one asked us to go.
Are you ready?
Because it's the story that drives us forward, that brings truth to light.
that connects us all. This is why we go. Breaking news out of Grand Bahama, our Raven Davis has been covering this story all day and joins us live now with the latest. Raven, what can you tell us?
Yes, Ramiko, I had a chance to speak to many of the residents, and many of them are concerned about...
When a hurricane is days away, it's already too late to begin preparing. The strongest communities aren't built in the final hours before landfall. They're built through planning, awareness, and action long before a storm ever appears on the forecast. Year after year, emergency officials remind us that preparation is our greatest defense. Yet, many people still wait until shelves are empty, fuel lines are long, and time is running out. For those tasked with helping communities prepare for disasters, the message is simple. Don't wait for the warning. Prepare before it comes. Tammy Mitchell of the Disaster Risk Management Authority explains why early preparedness can make all the difference.
One of the biggest mistakes I would have seen over the years is the lack of preparation. And along with the lack of preparation, you know, a lot of news stories would be covering the events leading up to a storm beforehand. For example, we have the Department of Meteorology, we have ZNS, of course, and the other media stations who would be sharing the information, but the lack of preparedness also falls on the community and the residents themselves for not focusing on what is important. We tell the stories of persons telling them what to do before, during, and after. But when you look at it, are they really doing it? And I've seen going through communities that persons start to prepare when they seriously think they're going to get hit. But that's not the time you should be preparing. Everybody is aware when hurricane season starts, June 1. But I say to people, prepare from January 1. Because then it gives you that lead time to make any necessary corrections or repairs that you would be needing before the hurricane season.
When the storm has passed and the floodwaters have disappeared, the journey to recovery is only beginning. While homes, roads, and communities can be rebuilt, the emotional impact often remains long after the physical damage is cleared away. Disasters leave more than broken buildings. They can leave fear, grief, anxiety, and uncertainty in the hearts of those who lived through them. Healing those invisible wounds is just as important as rebuilding what was lost. For many, that healing begins with understanding the emotional effects of trauma. For others, it is strengthened by hope, faith, and the support of a community that refuses to give up. Together, these perspectives remind us that true recovery isn't measured only by what we rebuild, but by how we heal.
We often boast that we are a strong set of people. We often refer to ourselves as resilient. And I think the other factor that plays into that is our faith, because I often ask people that I would come into contact with, what is it that makes you so strong? What is the source of your strength? And the answer almost always is my faith.
Looking back today, what message would you share with other families who's lost everything and are trying to start over? Because there are some people who have not recovered, since what they've lost in starting.
Well, I'm one of those who haven't recovered all, and I may not. What is absolute certain? That they still have life. Wherever life is, another opportunity exists. You just gotta dig in, shake yourself off, and keep going. I say that because some people lost their lives. They're no more. So the fact that you've been spared, opportunities exist. You just gotta pull your bootstraps up and tell yourself, I'm gonna carry on. If the sun rises tomorrow, that's an opportunity for me to go to work. And rest assured, you have what Dorian didn't take, his life. And so I say to persons who may be discouraged and feel hopeless, and find God in the midst of your despair. ain't never going nowhere. Find him, love on him, thank him for a couple of things, life, health, and strength. Just keep going.
Storms will come again. That is the reality of living in these islands we proudly call home. We cannot control the path of a hurricane, but we can choose how we prepare, how we respond, and how we stand together when the skies grow dark. The stories you've heard tonight are more than memories. They are lessons written through sacrifice, through courage, and through survival. They remind us that preparedness saves lives, that courage reveals itself in ordinary people doing extraordinary things, that healing takes time, and that even after unimaginable loss, hope can still rise. Because the true strength of the Bahamas has never been measured by the storms we've endured, it has always been measured by the resilience of our people. So as another hurricane season begins, let us not wait until the warnings are issued. Let us prepare today. Protect the people we love. Look out for our neighbors. And remember that while every storm eventually passes, the decisions we make before it arrives can change lives forever. I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest. Thank you for joining us for Before the Storm. May God continue to bless and protect our beautiful Bahamas.
At the Lynden Bindling International Airport, I'm Corval Pyfrom. This is ZNS.